The average reader reads about 200 to 250 words per minute, and if you don't know your speed, here's how you can do it. Now that we've got that settled, I'm going to share with you the 4 P's to reading faster. Hi everyone, Leon here. Welcome back to my channel, the best place to learn more in less time. Have you ever wanted to finish a book faster but couldn't read fast enough? And when you try to read it faster, you feel like you're rushing through, which affects your understanding. And you can't seem to remember what the most part of it is talking about. It's frustrating, isn't it? Like you've just spent so much time to read a book and then you've forgotten most part of it. I used to do that until I realized that I was making a few mistakes when I was reading. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a few techniques that could help you read faster as well as understand more of the book you're reading. The average reader reads about 200 to 250 words per minute. And if you don't know your speed, here's how you can do it. First, pick up a book and make a marking at where you want to start. Second, set a 2-minute timer and start reading at how you normally do for understanding. When the timer stops, make a mark at where you stop. Third, count the number of lines that you have read. Now, lines that are less than half a page do not count as one line, but you can combine several of these to count as one. Divide the number of lines by 2 to get your lines per minute. Fourth, count the total number of words on any 3 full lines and divide by 3 to get the words per line. This is usually around 10 to 12 words per line. Take this number and multiply it by the lines per minute you've got earlier, and that is your reading speed in words per minute. Knowing your words per minute will allow you to compare and know if you've indeed read faster than you have done so previously. Otherwise, how are you going to know it? You think, you feel, or you guess? Now that we've got that settled, I'm going to share with you the 4 P's to reading faster. And the first P is your physiological state. Now, you may ask, what does physiological state have to do with reading, right? Come here, let me ask you a question. How do you know that if a person is sad by just looking at the person? In most cases, the person would be slouching, shoulders down, head hanging low, and these are telltale signs from the body to the other person, right? This is how the psychological state has affected the physiological state. Psychological state meaning the state of our mind, and physiological state meaning the state of our body and posture. And you know what? The opposite is true as well. Therefore, if you are slouching and looking down at your book while reading, you are probably going to read slower and absorb lesser because your body is telling your brain that you are not in a mood to read and absorb. So don't slouch or get too comfy while reading if you want to read and absorb faster. Sit in an upright position and tilt the books towards you so that you will have less strain and more focus. And in this posture, you're actually facilitating oxygen to your brain and body as well. So it will make you feel less tired when you are reading. The next P is a pacer, specifically a visual pacer. This means using something to guide your eyes while reading. And it's usually a pen or our fingers. You may say, how come we are reading like a child? But the truth is, our eyes follow movement. Take a look at this pen and move along with it. You are getting dizzier. Without a pen or a finger to guide our eyes, they may drift off all over the page after some time, and we may be reading the same sentence or paragraph again and again. This is called regression. Therefore, by using our fingers to guide our eyes in reading, it will help us focus and read faster. The next P is peripheral vision. Look at the highlighter. Do you just see the highlighter, or do you see the pencil and the pen as well? I'm sure you see all three, right? This is called peripheral vision. We do not only just see one object, but the objects and things around it as well. So, what does this mean for reading? When reading, most of us read word by word because our eyes are fixated one word at a time. And these will make our reading slower. By using our peripheral vision, we will be able to capture more words at a time, and this will make our reading faster. However, I'm not saying that by looking at the whole page, you will be able to read all at once. Even though it's in our peripheral vision, the words around are not clear enough. The further they are from the words that we fix our eyes on, the blurrer they'll get. But you'll be able to at least see the words that's directly to the left and to the right of it. And remember the visual pacer I mentioned earlier? Instead of moving your pacer from the beginning to the end of the line, you can now start from a slight indent to the left and end slightly before the right. So by making use of your peripheral vision in your reading, you will be reading faster. The last P is practice. Making these shifts in the way you read could take some getting used to. Therefore, practice is the key to improving your reading speed. Take 15 to 30 minutes a day to just practice these 4 Ps and your reading speed will definitely improve. Now that you know the 4 Ps to reading faster, the next thing we're going to share with you is how to remember more of what you've read. Before that, if you found value in what you've seen so far, like or comment below to let me know. Alright, the first and most important thing to remember more of what we read is our intent. What is our intention of reading a book? Is it to look for leisure? Is it to look for answers? Or is it to gain more knowledge? Now, how we read a book for leisure and how we read a book to look for answers or solutions is totally different. When we have or set our intention right, there will be questions that starts to form in our minds. And when we have these questions in our minds will start to look for answers or closures. This is what is called the Zeigarnik effect. Now in short, Zeigarnik effect is talking about our minds does not like open loops. It craves for closure. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If you found yourself thinking or wanting to complete my ABCs, that is Zeigarnik effect. Therefore, the important thing is to ask quality questions when reading. For example, how can I use this? When can I use this? Where can I use this? Which brings me to the second point, which is taking notes. Taking notes is important in helping you remember what you read. When you take notes, intent is very important as well, because it helps you differentiate between what is important and relevant from what is not. When you take notes, it is best to write in your own words. This is to show how much you understand about what you've read. Do not just highlight or rewrite what the author has written. Research has shown that highlighting does not aid in retention. You need to review what you have highlighted and make sense of what to do with it. This will make you understand more and retain more of what you've read. Next is to take interval rest between reading. There's this technique called the Pomodoro technique. This involves focused attention, in this case reading, in intervals of 25 minutes and then taking 5 minutes break in between. This works because our brain usually remembers or retain more information at the beginning and at the end. Therefore, when we take breaks in between, we are creating more beginnings and more ends. This will aid in our retention. I hope this helped, and if you found value in this video, like or comment below to let me know. And remember to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell to be notified of my weekly learning. Thank you for watching, wish you well, and see you in the next video.